Hey everybody, welcome back to Cypress and Sparrow. My name is Austin.
I'm Sarah.
And if you've seen any of our previous videos, we got a different backdrop. We were kind of sick of the black, I guess you could say. Disenchanted, that's a better word. So we decided we wanted to spruce it up a little bit since we're probably going to be doing more indoor videos over the winter, and this is what you get. So it's a work in progress, but...
Yeah, we'll see. It might look different every time. We get a little bored of things quickly.
Can you imagine if we just painted every video a new backdrop?
Every week.
Back wall,
New
backdrop.
color. You could request a new color.
Yeah. Put what color you want to see in the comments. So in the last video, we did a recap of 2022 and just some of the projects that we were able to do and some of the building things that we built. And so in this video, we want to look ahead to 2023 because we are fast approaching, only a few days away. And we're just going to look at kind of some things on what we want to accomplish in the new year. And I think we could preface by saying this year, the overarching theme is food production.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the last couple of years, it's been kind of building the infrastructure and building up. And I feel like now we have a good base that we can definitely start growing a ton of food. So that's going to be kind of the overarching theme of all of these goals. But the first goal, and this is one that is near and dear to your heart.
Yes.
So I'm going to let you talk about it.
Okay.
But what is one thing, the first thing that we want to try to do this year?
Get quail.
Quail. Now, why quail, and why do you love quail so much?
I love quail not because they're freaking adorable. Also because we probably will end up butchering some, so I can't get too attached. But they are really great egg layers. I don't know, there's not a lot of people in this community that sell quail eggs. So if we go to a farmer's market or get them into our local co-op, there's really not a lot of competition there. They're a higher end product. They are more, what's the word?
They're just more unique, I think.
They're more unique. They're definitely like, there's a word.
They're a delicacy?
A delicacy, I think so.
Yeah.
So yeah, so it's definitely just something that is not common around here. It's just like more of a niche, and so you can definitely charge more for that product. Also, they taste good. They're really nutritious, and they're just fun.
Yeah. No, and I think quail too, my understanding, having never had quail, is that they are like a very easy bird to take care of.
Yeah.
You have a special pen for them or coop, I guess you could call it, but they're smaller than chickens and ducks and everything, so they're a lot easier to take care of, require a lot less input as far as food and
a lot less space. Quail like to be cramped.
Yeah.
And so my dream also is to make a breakfast pizza and have little mini fried eggs on top of it. That's like one of the biggest reasons I want to get quail, is so when we have people over in the morning, we can make them a breakfast pizza with little
quail
fried eggs.
Oh, that's funny. I did not know that was one of your dreams.
Yeah, I think about that a lot.
So along with quail, and the same kind of goal is, I think we just want to expand our flock a little bit more.
Yeah.
So right now we have 8 laying hens and 3 laying ducks. So at most, which never happens, but if, at most it would be 11 eggs a day, which we don't. And in the winter we get almost none. So yeah, I think I don't know, maybe like 10 more, you think?
Oh, wow. I didn't think you were going to say that.
5 more at least.
I'm all
chickens.
in for as many chickens as you want.
Yeah.
No, the problem is I really want some more silkies, and they're not great layers, but maybe we get a couple silkies and then some really productive birds. But yeah.
We have the space for them now in the house and coop and everything. So that's the first thing that we hope to accomplish this year, is to expand our flock and to bring in new species of birds. Yeah. So.
And another thing I'm intrigued by is people that like really ramp up like their flock in the summer and get a bunch of eggs, and then they store them for winter. They either can them or they freeze them a specific way. Yeah. Which I would be really nervous to do. Just sounds weird to me, but maybe that's something we try.
I've always wanted to try pickled eggs too, which
that freaks me out.
I know it freaks you out, but I like pickled things. I like fermented things, so I think it would be worth a shot to do. But number one, expand the flock. add new species. Number 2, and this is definitely more of a passion project for me, but I think it'll be a nice long-term benefit. And that is to set up a rainwater catchment system of some sorts. So where our garden is right now and where our coop is, we have to run a hose 200 feet or so at least from the back of our house. And especially for the garden, it'd be really nice if we had some sort of rainwater catchment that we could harvest that rainwater and use less of our well water and be just more resourceful, more sustainable in that sense. And yeah, so that's one thing. And I think we would have to, there's 2 ways we could do it, right? We could put gutters on our house, which we need to do that regardless if we harvest that rainwater or not.
Yeah, but then you're not supposed to use that rainwater, according to your brother, because of the roofing is like has a lot of chemicals and toxic material in it.
Sure. Yeah.
But our coop, which is metal, we definitely could use.
Right. And that's the second point, is to attach it to the coop, I think. Put it on the coop and on the run, because there's a decent amount of space there that we'd be able to catch a good amount of water. And then our orchard, our few fruit trees, I should say. It's not quite, I don't know when it becomes an orchard, but our few fruit trees are right there as well. And that was the biggest pain last year because we couldn't get enough hosing that far out. So to have that accessible and just right there, rainwater catchment system, I think that would be a very nice, an eco-friendly convenience to have for sure. I don't know what size we would get though. 1,000 gallons for some reason is like sticking in my head, but also I don't know if we would go through that much.
I'm just thinking like when you thought our garden was 10,000 square feet, we could get a 10,000 gallon
10,000 gallons would be
for
a
our
lot.
giant garden that we don't have. Yeah, sorry, that's why I'm smiling.
I don't know. I think 1,000 gallons seems like a good. If you have a rainwater catchment system, we know nothing about it.
That sounds really big. I have zero concept of what that size actually looks like, but that sounds
so think
big.
of like a trash can is like 50 gallons. And then times
that's big.
20. Yeah, so it comes in a big drum. It would be a big drum.
Pretty ugly.
Well, we could like hide it, you know.
We could put some rose bushes over it.
Yeah, put a little fence around it, a little privacy fence thing right next to the coop.
I just don't think we're going to get that much water off. Okay, we can debate about this later, but I don't think we're going to get that much water off the coop.
I think you'd be surprised at how much water. I forget what it is, like for 1,000 square feet of roofing, if you get like 1 inch, it's like 60 gallons a minute or something like that.
No.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I don't trust your math anymore.
I don't either, actually. So I should double check this. But you can get a lot with not a huge area, I'm pretty sure.
All right. We will do some Googling.
Yeah. So that's number 2, rainwater catchment system. Number 3 is just in general putting away way more food.
Yeah.
I had wrote down a goal of 500 pounds of food, which is a super arbitrary number. There's really no math or no reasoning behind that number. It just seems like a large enough number, but also an attainable number.
Yeah. But you also said the average person eats like how many pounds a year? Like 1,000?
Yeah.
Is that just produce or is that overall food?
Well, probably overall food.
Yeah.
Maybe
in
a
which
little
case,
more. Yeah.
500 pounds of produce is going to be
Right, because that'd be like 3 pounds a day of
a
food.
really good amount. Yeah.
Yeah. I would say that's pretty fair. So yeah, 500 pounds of produce would be a good amount in the form of canning, freezing, dehydrating, just general long-term storage with some of the winter crops and cold hardy crops.
Yeah.
Because this year was, I don't know, less than maybe 100 with frozen stuff and everything. So, which was less than last year.
Yeah,
so
we didn't do too good.
No, it just wasn't a priority with all the different projects we had going on. So that's going to be probably one of the biggest priorities for sure, is to just grow and harvest more food, more sustenance food, more sustaining food, I guess.
Yeah.
Like the squashes and potatoes and things like that.
Yeah.
So.
For sure.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do the next one there.
Next one is we want to expand our fruit production. So I think we explained in an earlier video that our blueberries are probably not going to make it. We did not set them up properly. And so we want to kind of redo our blueberry patch, maybe add some more trees to the orchard, maybe get some more raspberries. I don't know. We have a lot of wild raspberries, but they're kind of hard to get to. So, yeah, I think overall just more fruit.
Yeah, I think blueberries for sure. I think even strawberries, even though we kind of have some going, but would be
we'll
nice.
see if those come back.
Yeah. Raspberries, and then maybe I think a couple more fruit trees. Whether we don't have any apple trees, which,
yeah,
even though we don't eat a ton of apples, it would probably be worth doing.
Yeah, no, it would be nice to have a couple apple trees. I think my experience with apple trees is my parents' apple trees that did terribly. So I'm like a little bit wary.
Right. It's tough. And I remember, yeah, same deal. Having one apple tree growing up, and it was like, these don't look overly delicious. Yeah. I think they tasted fine, but it was just like they were real apples. You know, they weren't the genetically modified, all that lab.
But when you go to like an
stuff.
apple orchard, they're really good.
Yeah. That's true.
And maybe those are, I don't know.
It probably just depends on the variety. It really,
yeah, that's true.
really
Maybe.
does. So, yeah, but that's going to be the next thing is we want to continue to expand the orchard / fruit bushes and yeah, especially blueberries because those, I mean, I could eat so many blueberries and they're so versatile. Yeah, and they're super healthy. So, and we can actually grow them in Wisconsin, which not a lot of places can. So we get that benefit and that luxury. And there's a lot of other small projects I'm sure that we want to do. This year we're going to try and keep things within reason.
Yeah, not get carried away.
Not get carried away. It's very easy for us to get carried away, and we have done a lot on the property, which has been great. However, with one of the reasons we want to keep things within reason is because come March, we are going to be parents. So we are expecting our first child at the end of March. And so our 5th goal for this new year is to just have a healthy, happy baby.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is our goal of having a happy, healthy baby. What is something this year? I don't even know. So like once we're in full production mode, the baby will be like 3 months old. And I'm a horrible judge of how much a baby can do at certain ages. But what are you most excited to do this year on the property with the baby?
I'm excited to just like do morning chores with baby, and like maybe this is very romanticized, but just like popping him in the sling, going out and, you know, doing garden chores, picking fruit.
I definitely want to get one of those dad packs.
Yeah.
Where the baby can just be in front there. And
there's a dad shirt now.
A dad shirt?
It's basically like you're a kangaroo, like a human kangaroo. So we can get you a dad shirt.
A dad shirt. I like that.
It's like not even a joke. It's a legitimate product. I'll have to show you.
Yeah. So that's going to be a huge adjustment, but a good one, obviously. So yeah, I think we're just going to, in many ways, have to learn and relearn how to do this life, because it's a lot of work, especially during the summer, and it's going to be even more work with a baby. So figuring out, you know, how to pace ourselves while still being productive and getting the things done that we need to and want to, as we kind of work towards this more self-sufficient life.
Yeah. It's gonna be an adventure.
Yeah. We want to thank you for joining us, though. We are going to be posting a lot more in the new year. This time of year is always busy for both of us. So our goal is to definitely post a lot more in the new year, take you along for some of the projects, some of the things we're doing. Some of these goals here we'll be showing for sure. And let us know too. Do you like this kind of podcast setup? Because this feels like a very sustainable thing to do, you know, once a week, just to sit down for conversations versus having to try and put together a whole video idea and everything.
Yeah.
So if you like the podcast kind of setup, let us know. If you hate it, let us know too, and we'll never do it ever again. Maybe.
Unless it's just one Karen out there. I'm not going to listen to you, Karen.
No Karens. Unless your name is Karen, then you're here and appreciating the video. Thanks for watching. I think with that, we're just going to wish you guys all a happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year. And we'll see you in the new year. And the next video, or one of the next videos, is going to be our pantry challenge in January.
Woo.
So make sure to check that video out when it comes out. But again, thank you for watching. My name is Austin.
I'm Sarah.
This is the Cypress and Sparrow Homestead. We will see you in the new year. Peace.